What's a real estate investor? Don't be shy.
It's okay. Talk. It's cool. I know it has something to do with insurance.
YouTube, good morning. So today is actually a very special day. I am speaking at Dunleith Elementary School's career day. So I get to talk about the beauty of real estate investing and what it's like to be a real estate investor. So I'm actually about to head in here right now. It's about 8:58, 9 o'clock. My session is at 9:30. So stay tuned, man. This should be really fun. Check this out.
Yes, if your person is here.
Signing
Okay,
in.
listen, if your person... Welcome.
Hey. Oh.
What's your name?
Thank you. I feel very welcome. Good morning.
What's it?
Michael Beckley.
Okay, Michael. Go back.
How cool this is. It's been a long time since I've been in elementary school, y'all. Education. They're the future.
She's like, I'm gonna come back over here and talk to you.
What's a real estate investor? Don't be shy.
It's okay. Talk. It's cool. I know it has something to do with insurance.
Yeah. Like, well, what about houses?
Real estate agent is when you have to find people houses, but I don't know what a real estate investor is.
I mean, that's a good start. Like, yeah, you're absolutely right. Real estate agents, they help people purchase and they help people sell houses. A real estate investor pretty much gets the house ready for sale. Like, you ever seen the shows on HGTV, like the Flippers, Chip and Joanna, the Fix and Flip, like all those shows? Those are real estate investors. They're like fixing houses up.
So they're just like cleaning it up after the other people so they can get like put it on the market.
Yeah, or new construction. It's not necessarily cleaning up a property. You could just build a property from the ground up. Yeah, and we need real estate investors because, you know, as our country gets bigger and bigger and more people, you know, people always need somewhere to live, right? Mm-hmm. So we're always going to need developers, real estate investors to make sure that people have good quality, affordable housing. Yeah. So that's what I do. I do a lot, and I'll talk about it today. Okay. Y'all just sneak in one of my sessions. So I'm following my ambassador, Maya.
So first you go to Miss McDowell in 4th grade.
Okay. Now, my name is Micah Beckley. I am a real estate investor. Does anybody know what a real estate investor is? Yes.
So we'll sell houses?
We sell houses. Kind of, so we're going to talk about the difference today. Anybody else have an idea? Yes. You was very animated. Yes.
They help you like pick your house and like tell you about the house that you're getting?
Yeah, I kind of tell people about houses. This is actually a quote by Andrew Carnegie. Andrew Carnegie was actually he was a captain of industry. He was a steel guy in the early 1900s. He owned a big steel company in Pittsburgh. He said himself that 90% of all millionaires become so through owning real estate. Y'all know what a millionaire is, right? Yeah, y'all know what a millionaire is, right? Okay. So I always knew there was something special about real estate. But today we're going to talk a little bit about what a real estate investor is and what we do. Key skills to being a successful real estate investor. What a typical day for us looks like. What do we do every day? And how much money can a real estate investor really make, right? Don't you guys want to know that? And then how to get started investing in real estate. When I was about you guys' age, I knew that there was something special about real estate. How Andrew Carnegie said that 90% of millionaires became so through owning real estate. I figured out very early on. I didn't know I wanted to be a real estate investor, but I knew I wanted to be rich and successful. So I studied all the rich people I could find, and I came to the same conclusion that Andrew said, is that most of them had real estate. They made or they retained their wealth through real estate ownership. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So I did everything I could. I went to seminars to learn about how I can own houses and invest in real estate. I watched videos on YouTube. Anybody know what YouTube is?
Yeah.
I watched videos on YouTube to learn anything I possibly could about real estate investing because my background initially was not in real estate. So what does a real estate investor do? We are not real estate agents. And what you guys said earlier is kind of what real estate agents do. They show homes. They make money on the commission of the purchase and sale of a property. That's how they make money, okay? This is all about money, how they make money. They make money on the purchase and sale of a property. They get commission, okay? Real estate agents and brokers. Property managers are not real estate investors. Anybody know what a property manager is? Different hand.
I think a property manager is a manager who owns his own property.
Yeah, some managers. I'm a property manager. Yeah. But yes. Another one? You know what a property manager is? What do they do?
I think they protect the homes.
How did they protect the homes?
I don't really know.
You're right. They do protect the homes because they if you have something wrong with the house, let's say you have a leaky faucet, it's the property manager that you're going to report that to, and they're going to be the ones to get that fixed. So you're absolutely right. They do protect the homes. They collect the rent. That's very important. You want to get paid. They collect the rent. They help fill those maintenance requests, work order issues. That's what a property manager does. They are not essentially the owner. I always like to give this example about anybody here like sports? Anybody like football, the Falcons or whatever? Arthur Blank is the owner of the Atlanta Falcons. Okay, he has a general manager, Thomas Dimitrov, that picks the players in the draft. He trades players, and then they also have a head coach, Dan Quinn, that coaches the players. So it's different levels. Arthur Blank doesn't essentially do anything. He doesn't coach the players. He's not on the field every Sunday, but he owns a team. He makes money from merchandise, from ticket sales, from a lot of different avenues. So it's the owner. We're going to talk about ownership today. So yes, a property manager, an investor can be a property manager. A property manager is not always essentially the investor or the landlord. An investor makes money. How we talked about a real estate agent, they make money on commission. An investor makes money by appreciating and or leveraging real property. And I'm going to show you guys some examples of that. Do you guys know what I mean when I say appreciating? Oh, you can go back. Do you know what I mean when I say appreciating in this sense? Yes, ma'am. Kind of, sort of, kind of. I do stuff for people. Yeah, I do stuff for them. I don't know who them is. But yes, kind of, sort of. Appreciating in this sense means making something more valuable. When you appreciate something in the real estate sense means making it more valuable. So, and I'm gonna show you guys some pictures of what that looks like. But when you fix up a house, that's appreciating a property. You're making a house that doesn't look so good, making it look good. That's what appreciating is. This can be an active or real estate investing can be an active or passive process. And I'm going to talk a little bit about, give you some examples of what that looks like. Anybody know who they are? Y'all like to watch TV. That's what it is. Yes, who are they? Yeah, they work on houses. He said house workers. That's cute. He said house workers. Yes. They are all real estate investors. If you guys like to watch TV, HGTV and stuff like that, they're the people that you see. These are all real estate investors. The people that you see knocking down walls and making these houses look really nice, beautiful, modern houses. Those are real estate. They are all real estate investors. And that is an active process. See, they are actively doing something. When they make something look really nice and beautiful, when they take an old, dilapidated house and make it look nice and beautiful, that's an active process, okay? This is some pictures of our Airbnb properties. Anybody know what Airbnb is? You know what Airbnb is? What's Airbnb?
It's basically like a hotel, but you can stay. It's like you have it all to yourself, but you have to still pay them.
Yeah.
To stay.
Absolutely right. You're absolutely right. So that's more passive. So we have Airbnbs, people who come into town, who come to Atlanta. They come stay with us and we host them. They may ask us a couple questions about, what are some things to do around town. But we get a lot of people who come into town for business or just come to go to a Braves game or a football game. So absolutely. And that's more of a passive process. See, the biggest thing to take away from active and passive is that, see, I don't have to go to these properties every single day. I don't have to clock in anywhere. You guys understand that? So it's such a good way to build wealth. Okay? People come into town, you know, they ask a couple questions, but this is a much more passive way of real estate investing. This is one of our rental properties. This is the duplex. There's a people that live here, and then there's people that live here. So once again, this is another passive way to make money. I own this property. I don't have to go to a job every day. I don't have to go into an office. These people pay me every month to live in this house. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I control, well, we'll talk a little bit about that later. But yeah, it's a much more passive way to make money. Active, like, so we talked about flipping houses, that's more active. And next slide. So this is like what the Chip and Joannas do, what Ken and Anita do. This is taking a property that looks like this to making it look like that. You see the difference? See the difference?
Oh.
Taking a house that looks like this on the inside to making it look like that. You guys see the difference? People will pay you to do that. So what skills do you need to be a good, successful real estate investor? Oh, y'all got the answers right there. Y'all very animated. Number one, you have to have good communication skills, okay? You have to be able to speak clearly and effectively with other people. You're going to be working with real estate attorneys that are going to be closing your deals. You're going to be communicating with sellers, people you're trying to buy their house. You're going to be trying to deal with people that are trying to buy your houses. You're going to be trying to communicate with your contractors. So you got to be able to talk to people. You got to be able to interact and communicate with people. So if you're shy, it's going to be very challenging to be successful as a real estate investor. Also, leadership. What is leadership? What is leadership to you? What does leadership mean? What is leadership? What do you think it means?
Like being a leader?
Yeah. What does a good leader look like to you? Give me an example of a good leader. Who's a good leader to you?
A teacher?
Teacher? Okay. Oh, okay. That's it. Thank you. Okay. Absolutely. A teacher is a good leader. Yeah. But to me, a good leader and leadership is about motivation. You guys know what it means to motivate somebody? What does it mean?
Motivates to pump someone up or make someone feel better.
There you go. To pump someone up. To motivate means to cause someone to take action. To encourage them to take action. How can I motivate my contractors to show up to work so I can finish this house so I can sell it and make money, right? How can you, and it can't just be about giving them money, more money, because you are a business. This is a business and you want to retain money for yourself. So you have to find other ways to get them to do what they're supposed to do. So being a good leader is to motivate, is to encourage, is to be a team player. That's the next one, is to be a team player. Because like the Airbnbs you saw, I have to be able to work with my assistant that does the communication with the guest to give clear directions. I have to be a good team player, you have to be accountable, reliable, dependable. If my workers need supplies, they have to count on me to make sure that I'm going to provide the supplies so they can get their work done. So you got to be a good team player. You got to be flexible. Flexibility in this sense means the ability to adapt to change. So when things come up, when problems come up, and problems will always come up because this is a people business. It's not about houses. You're dealing with people. So when things come up, how well can you adapt to change? When the roof starts leaking, how well can you stop whatever you're doing and get that thing fixed? That's what flexibility means. Also, project management skills. You got to be a good project manager. The last thing you want to do is start something like building a house, and then you can't stop 2 weeks into building a house and say, oh, I want to go play soccer. You can't do that. You have to see it through to completion. Also, you have to be a good problem solver. Problem solving is probably the number one ability. If you guys don't take anything away from this, understand that people will always pay a good problem solver. If you can solve people's problems, people will always pay you. I know somebody said they want to be a police officer, doctor. Those are all people that solve problems, okay? If you can solve people's problems, people will always pay you. Remember that.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
What age range, not an exact age range are you in?
What age range, how old do I look? I look young, don't I?
I'm just asking. I refuse to ever answer that question.
I'm under 30.
Okay. Yeah. So let me explain something to you. So this young man is under 30 years old, okay? He's giving you a lot of information, and I don't know if it's caught some of the stuff that he said. But I'm gonna let you know right now, you're looking at money, okay? He makes a lot of money. He's telling you the different skills that you need to have to make a lot of money. Yes, he went to school. Yes, he's doing all this, but look at all these different people that he has to work with. He's an investor. An investor, did you hear what he said about the person who owns the company? Y'all don't really see the players out there doing all that work. That's kind of like what he does. He's just trying to be humble about it. So he takes all these nice properties or bad properties and he fixes them up. So he may purchase a property to just say foreclosure. Don't worry about that. Somebody can pay the bills. The bank owns it. Foreclosure. He might want to buy this house. Might cost him, let's say, $50,000. Okay, not a lot of money when you get wrong. You'll understand. He will go and take these people, and they'll take that house and make that dump. Because sometimes they're not dump. They're just good or work. And he might go back. What cost him $50? He may go back and sell it for $150. Okay? So right off the top, he's made $100,000, but then he's got to pay all these folks too. But nonetheless, that word profit, talked about it a couple of times today. Profit. It's about the final dollar. And he said, you want to make sure people do what they need to do because you don't want to give money away. He's trying to make money. I'm going to just say that probably within the next 5 years or so, if he's not already, he'll probably be a millionaire.
Hit the next slide.
I said, if not already. And I have never met him.
Yeah.
This is just me talking.
Well,
When I see greatness, I notice it.
Thank you. So what a typical day looks like for a real estate investor, there really is no typical day. It really is deal specific. So you guys saw some of the pictures of the Airbnb. So sometimes we might just be picking out furniture and mixing and matching some decor and pictures and paintings to get ready for Airbnb. Or some days we're working on a house, so we're taking out walls and taking out the old cabinets and reframing a house. And one thing I can guarantee you is that it's going to be a lot of meetings. How I talked about, you have to be a good communicator. If we're buying a house, if we're selling a house, if we're working with contractors, you got to be able to meet with those people and communicate with them clearly and effectively. One thing I can guarantee you though is that you want to take steps forward and you want to conquer every day. Every day I set out a goal for myself and I want to accomplish that goal every single day. You want to take steps forward.
Whoa.
So how much money do real estate investors make? How much money do you think real estate investors make? Thousands? Okay.
Probably millions.
Millions? Okay.
10,000.
10,000? Okay. Yes.
Probably like the 100,000.
Hundreds of thousands. Okay, there we go. You guys are all right. You can hit the next slide, please. Okay, so real estate investors, like I said, we work mainly for ourselves. I own my own business. There really is no base salary or safety net. Okay, so how an engineer might make $100,000, a police officer may make $50,000. There's a cap how much they can make a year. There's a cap, right? They can only make up to 50 or 100,000. As a real estate investor, it's every deal that I do, every problem that I solve, I make money from. Every house that I fix up, every day when somebody comes and stays in one of our Airbnbs, we make money. The biggest point is that as a real estate investor, you are an owner, okay? And as an owner, you have control. You guys saw the rental property I showed you guys earlier, the duplex?
Oh, yeah.
The duplex? I control how much I want to make every month. I control the rent. Isn't that cool? Do you guys want to go to, what if you guys didn't have to come to class every day and you could stay at home and watch cartoons all day? That's what I do. I get to stay at home and eat cereal and watch cartoons. No,
You're lucky.
exactly.
That's not fair.
But the ability to own real estate and the ability to own real estate, yeah, it's because of all those things that I'm in a position to buy property and rent it out, and I don't have to go into an office every day. Does that make sense? I make money from the rental income passively. Well, you guys can be lucky too. You know. And let me tell you guys how lucky you are. How I got started in real estate and how you guys can get started in real estate too is that you guys can start by being a good student. You guys saw my path. I went to college. I went to high school, all that stuff. You can start by being a good student. Being a good student enabled me to communicate with different types of people. When I went to West Virginia, a lot of people did not look like me. They didn't think like me. So I had to learn how to communicate with different types of people. And that serves me so well now in my business because that's all I do. I meet with homeowners. I negotiate with them. I learned a lot of skills that I learned in school. And you guys are learning those same skills now. Who likes math? Anybody like math? That's good. This is a very good math school. Everybody likes math. Real estate investing in general is a math-based business. Finance is a fundamental of math. So being good at math and understanding and liking math and solving those, I used to hate those word problems. Being good at those will really serve you well if you want to be a real estate investor or be in this space. I know you guys probably have class or group projects and assignments. Working with your classmates, being good at working with your classmates and working with one another is going to help you develop those project management skills that we talked about earlier. Okay? And also, probably the most important, lastly, being a good listener is probably the most important skill of being a good real estate investor because you want to solve problems. How I said, if you can solve problems, people will always pay you. How can you solve a problem if you don't know what it is? You have to listen. The homeowner is going to tell you what their issue, what their situation is, and you have to be able to help them out that situation so you can make money, okay? So you can stay at home and eat cereal all day, okay?